So has anyone else noticed besides me that we seem to be wanting to reboot the early 2000s? I mean, we have an Underworld movie, a Resident Evil movie, Rings, and Triple X all in theaters right now. What the hell is going on? Hello and welcome back to another Midnight Showing. As always, I'm Kelly, and I just got out of Rings. 1 second. Sorry, this is better. Let me try that again. I just got out of Rings. And I'm not gonna lie, this movie was pretty damn bad. Not as bad as I was expecting it to be. I mean, I thought it was gonna be The Pits. I thought it was gonna be The Sinister 2 by my man. I thought it was gonna be just complete and utter shit from beginning to end. The shut-in level shit. But it really wasn't. Don't get me wrong. It's not good. At all. But at least this one was watchable. And if I'm being completely 100% honest, I wouldn't actually hate seeing this movie again. I mean, I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it again, but I sure as hell wouldn't mind it if it was on TV or something. There is a good idea for a movie in this one. There's something good there, and when you actually get into the neat and gritty of it, you can see that good and you can enjoy that. Unfortunately, it has a lot of problems that just come around with sort of reboots, sequels, and really the fact that this is just another adaptation of something that the filmmakers don't really understand. With all that said, let's actually stop beating around the bush and let's start with... So this movie knows how to create atmosphere. If there's one big, overwhelming positive that I think everybody can agree on, it's the level of detail in the atmosphere. It's very creepy, jumpy, it keeps you on edge. It really does have this dark, gritty, crime thriller-esque horror vibe going for it. Which actually does fit because the whole movie is basically another mystery, kind of like the original one. So you're probably all wondering, is this a reboot or is this a sequel? It's both. Kind of like in the same vein as Mad Max, but not done nearly as well. What really carries over here is just the general concept of the tape. Watch it 7 days, and Samira, or Sadako in Japanese, will come and kill you. And they do mention a wink and a nod that's like blinking or miss it reference to Naomi Watts in the first one. But as far as the second film is concerned, they pretend it never happened, so it's kind of a reboot and kind of a sequel. It's better just to think of it as its own thing, which does actually help the movie when you do that. As long as you don't want to ask any questions about Samira, because those were all answered in the first movie, and this movie isn't actually about Samira, but someone else. And that's actually what makes this movie very, very interesting. It's really just a question of, who is this Evelyn, and why is Samira sending us a brand new tape to try to find out who she was? And I'll admit, when it's focused on that mystery of who Evelyn is and how does she connect to Samira, and why Samira gave them a brand new tape and sent this one chick on a journey to find her and who she was, it can get pretty interesting. It's bogged down quite a bit and can be slow at times to the point I could see someone getting bored, but I was engaged and I wanted to know more. Also, on the more technical side, the effects were actually pretty well done. I liked a lot of the symbolism. I liked the way that Samira looks and some of the stuff that she does. I know that it's shown in the trailer, but I just have to say that shot where they flip over the TV and Samira still crawls out of it and the TV lifts up behind, I thought that was a pretty cool scene regardless of the kind of stupidity of the situation that was going on at the moment. Also, that guy from The Big Bang Theory who plays Leonard, whose name I can't think of, he's in this movie. And he didn't suck. As much as I hate The Big Bang Theory, he did a pretty good job. But really, I'm kind of spinning my wheels at this point, so let's just go straight into it. You know what's coming. An interesting concept will only get you so far. An engaging mystery will only get you so far. Frankly speaking, there are two things that you need to get right. And if you can't get them both right, get one dead center perfect. Unfortunately, this movie screws up both of them, and I can see you completely failing to see what's good in this because of those two things. The first thing is the beginning. The hook. You have to have something to get us engaged. Now, you can sometimes skate by that because there's plenty of movies that have slow openings, but it picks up later, so we're fine. But when your opening is as shitty as this movie's opening was, by God, there's little to no investment. So what happened at the beginning of this movie? Well, you know that plane scene everyone was complaining about in the trailers and all stuff? Yeah, that's literally the opening of this movie. It makes no sense, connects to nothing, and frankly speaking, makes you wonder how this tape is a secret when she apparently downs an entire airplane to kill one person. One! And of course, you got the whole ring tape thing popping up on every single one of their in-flight movies, like this is some international flight. Oh god, this is so stupid. And as I said, it connects to nothing. The very next scene is Leonard from The Big Bang Theory at a freaking garage sale buying the guy who supposedly killed everyone on that plane, because I'm blaming him, not Samira at this point. Buying his freaking VCR, trying to get it to work, and suddenly the tape pops out. Ooh! And then we actually get into the big plot, which revolves around the main character, a girl whose name I can't think of at the moment. She was pretty average, so I didn't mention her in the good. She's looking for her boyfriend who went to a college, who's one of Leonard's students, who got into Leonard's research into the tape. And this is where I said the things got interesting. But for the first 10 or 15 minutes of this movie, I'm sorry, it completely fucking lost me. It was so stupid, so over the top. You swear that this was a Resident Evil 6 parody. And then let's get to the second thing this movie completely and utterly fucked up beyond belief. And that would be the ending. I've gone on record in the past and said how much I hate that stupid, well, the bad guy survives at the end, ooh, ending. But you want to know what I hate more than the variations on that? There's one variation I hate the most. And that version would be, oh, thank God, the monster's dead. Or is it? And then we get to the other trailer fodder that you saw where she's like pulling the hair out of her throat and pulling skin off. Yeah, that's literally the last 5 minutes of this movie. It's so fucking stupid, pandering, and goes against basically the entire message of this own movie that it's an honest to God fuck you to everyone who liked it. And to just basically explain that, I'm going to be spoiling basically the entire plot for a second here. So if you don't want to hear that, skip ahead. I'll put a time code in there. Hopefully I'll remember to do that. But as I said, the whole story revolves around this girl looking for her boyfriend who's working with Leonard to try to discover the secrets of the tape and find the secrets of the afterlife and all that jazz. And they've actually figured out most of how the tape works. You know, you watch it, you get a call 7 days later, and as long as you copy the video and show it to somebody else, you're in the clear. So Leonard's actually got this big old, like, system going where people are waiting up until, like, the 30 minutes before they would have died, then copying it and showing it to people so that they can track all the mysterious, spooky shit that goes on around them and figure out, you know, just how to access the secrets of the afterlife. It's kind of intriguing. But the girl ends up watching the video for her boyfriend to try to save him from the curse because they couldn't find a fucking tail for him, as they call it. But something's different because they're doing with digital tapes now and QuickTime. Seriously, there's more QuickTime videos than there were inside of fucking Unfriended in this. Her video file is bigger. And after doing some editing, whatchamajigging, whatnot, they find a video within a video that she has to watch and pursue this new case to find out who Evelyn was. And now here gets the big spoilers. Evelyn, it turns out, is Samira's mother and explains how she was kidnapped and raped by a priest, and that priest subsequently tried to kill off Samira, and then all the events of the original, where she got put into a foster home, her foster mother killed her, blah, blah, blah. Basically extending the line of cruelty to the most unlucky life you could possibly think of. And yes, this is kind of a negative of the movie because it turns out the priest is blind and it turns into Don't Breathe for about 20 minutes of the movie, and I saw a better version of that not 6 months ago, so maybe lay off of that a bit. But all's well that ends well. They kill the priest, they burn Samira's corpse, and Samira is happy and finally free to go into the afterlife. Or is she? Yeah, then she goes and turns herself into a viral YouTube video, and thus sequels! Oh, God, I hate that fucking ending. The whole point of the movie was to free Samira, to finally end the cycle. That was the point of this. That the whole thing couldn't end because he was, not only was he still alive, but he kept her corpse. They needed to burn her body and release her, free her from her human shackles, let her cross over. But no, all of this was a stupid plan to get rid of the priest so that she can upload herself to the internet. Why the fuck couldn't she do that before all of this? Why did the priest have to be dead? And above all, frankly speaking, when you're a YouTube video, you have just become the most ineffective video that kills people ever. Because all you have to do is share the video to somebody else. All you have to do is make a new link and tweet it. And boom, you win. You've beaten the curse. How many people get calls saying, you're gonna die in 7 days, but never actually get anything because they immediately shared it after they fucking launched it? Look at this creepy video, guys. This is the problem with a viral video doing this. When it was just some random video cartridge, that it could be anyone. Someone could just be unlucky enough to pick out the wrong fucking tape at a Blockbuster, or whatever the fuck they were called because it's been 20 years. As a YouTube internet video viral sensation, you're not killing anyone. And how is that going to make an interesting movie in the next one? Because there's no way to get rid of her. There's nothing to learn. We've already learned all the history. So basically, it's a big fuck you to anybody who thought that this had potential. And honestly, those things just ruin this movie. With an intriguing premise, you could have had something. You could have saved yourself from the fucking horrible ass opening, but then you had to throw this fucking 2 minutes at the end of the film, and it ruins any respect I had for you. So yeah, I guess you probably already guessed it, but here's my final verdict. This movie gets an honest to God skip it. It was close to a fuck it, but that middle section that was intriguing to me, I can actually say was still intriguing. If you do see it on TV, which it probably will be within like 4 months, let's be honest, watch that middle section. Just skip it as soon as they've freed Samira and set her body on fire. Turn it off. There's no reason to watch anything else. The effects in that little teaser scene, you saw them already, and frankly speaking, they're still unimpressive and make no sense. Why is she coughing up hair of Samira? I mean, isn't that more of a grudge thing, not a Samira video thing? So yeah, if you're curious, don't be. It's not worth your time. Go see Split, a far better horror film that's out right now. And that's it for me. Have you seen Rings or any of the others? Ring, Ringu, Ringu 2, all those? Tell me what you thought about them in the comments below, and maybe we'll get some healthy discussion going. And as always, if you like what you see, be sure to hit the like button, the share button, and subscribe for more. Be sure to follow me on all my social medias, like the Facebooks, the Twitters, the Twitches, all that stuff. I'll also have those links in the comments down below. And I will be doing some scheduled stuff on Twitch here in the next little while. And yeah, that's it for me, so I'll see you all next time.